So I guess today I will talk about Kim leaving.
JoJo has fun.
That's a sweet looking little machine. Welcome to JoJo Has Fun. Today it is Sandbox Saturday. Today is Saturday, therefore an episode of Sandbox Saturday is to come out. So we were supposed to do... I don't know why I'm saying what we were supposed to do, but we were supposed to do an episode of Fallout 76 today, but unfortunately, Kim had stuff to do earlier in the week, and we just couldn't find the time. So we ended up not doing anything for Sandbox Saturday, and so now it's the 0 hour. It's just me, and I'm gonna build a computer for fun, a couple computers for fun. Jeff said, because earlier in the week I was just hanging out, and some parts came in the mail to put together Kim's computer, which is something that I don't know if we explained very much, but basically, so Kim is moving to Alabama, and the reason for that... Can I spin this? There we go. Okay. What do you want to put in this? I'm thinking... You know what? Why don't I make the computer that I'm actually using right now? That'd be pretty fun, right? You guys want to see the kind of computer that I'm actually using? I mean, the case is wrong, but it'll still be pretty cool. Let's get these janky fans out of here. Get some nice ones. So, Kim's husband is a college instructor of English, which is funny because that was a life path that I at one point thought I wanted, and just didn't do. Okay, that looks like crap now. And one thing about that that job is... do I have it now? I don't have like 40 of them. One thing about that job that's kind of rough is you don't really get to pick what that, like, where you're going to be. You have to go where there's work. It's basically like, it's like any job really. It's like you go where there's work. So in California, I don't know why I'm going into this level of detail, but there's a huge population of people who teach at the adjunct level, which is people who just kind of teach part-time, and their goal is to find like a good job that's like stable. They don't actually have the exact board that I use, but it's pretty close to this one. Yeah, it should be fine. So he's been trying to find a job for years, and he finally got one in Alabama. So Kim, who, despite her many flaws, is very supportive, and obviously 'cause she's married, she's moving out there, which when we started doing the show was always like a possibility. And it wasn't even like I knew it was a possibility because it was a possibility that I had to understand when I was being in that same position, like wanting to teach or be a teacher. Like I knew that like that's a thing that can happen. granted, it wasn't going to happen for me because that's not. I made different decisions, but knowing, is this all the Corsair memory they have? This is not right. See, I have Corsair Vengeance, but it's not white. And this is RGB. These are all RGB. This is wrong. This is the closest. Let's see here. Let's get this open. I'm putting in the memory in case you guys can't tell. So put in one RAM stick there. One. Oh, gotta clip it shut. Boop. And then that one's open, right? Can I just? Why doesn't it let me put in? Oh, I have to put it in one at a time. Dang it. So moving away, Kim. August 5th is her last day, and when I'm recording this, it's what is it right now? January. What am I talking about? I haven't slept in about 24 hours, so my brain is like all over the place. But 8 core. That's what I have. Sweet. All right, so let's admire my handiwork here. Yeah, that's more or less what my PC looks like. Gotta get a fan in there. So let's put that in next. So yeah, she's moving away at the end of the month, and it's not like it was. It's in the. How can I put this? It's kind of like, yes, this was always an option, but at the same time, it's like, man, what a bummer. And the one thing that we really, because I knew about this back in May, the one thing that really never hit me was like, we're not going to be able to do this anymore. The show, I mean. At least in the way that we do it, because none of these are right either. This is kind of close. The Ryzen 7 that I got came with an RGB cooler. It's just so weird that they wouldn't have the cooler that I use. But we'll pick passive. That's insane. Let's just do this one's RGB. That's pretty close. Blows that way. How's that look? Yeah, that seems fine. Or wait, is that what I want? Let's try that again. That wasn't right. So yeah, I've known for a while. And I guess it is supposed to go this way. Like I want the air to blow up or left. So I guess that's this way. Let's make it blow up. That makes more sense. Or I guess it'll blow out that way. No, why is this so hard? I just want to do right. So Kim's brother, I don't know if this was 100% related, but it may have been. Sent her a computer. what is wrong with me? I mean, seriously. This actually, you know what? Strangely, this is how I build computers in real life. Like, I'll put a part in, and I'll screw it up so badly I have to take it out again, and then I have to put it back in again, and it's the worst. Oh God, it's not that easy. I wish it were. He sent her a computer, and actually, maybe after we're done with this one, I can see if I have time to build that. It's Sandbox Saturday. We can take our time. But it was a really old, like, I want to say it was like an Intel 4000 series. Like, it's old. It was an old computer. It was made out of salvaged parts, pretty much. But Kim was like over the moon about it because she was like, "Oh, I'll have a computer. I'll still be able to do stuff." Which was true. I mean, like, I have a lot of equipment for our like endeavor, but that's not, you don't need all that. As I was like, great. So that's great. So her computer comes in, and I took a look at it, I think on Sunday, and as soon as I looked at it, I knew, like, this is wrong. You can't use this. It was it was basically like it was on its last legs, and you could kind of tell that. Even though, like, Kim's brother worked really hard to put it together, it was just like not. You wouldn't have. It was like really messy, not on purpose. Just like the parts were messy, and I was like, I can't let Kim, you know, have this. It's just not good. Weirdly, I was just like, it's not good enough, for what she should have, especially as someone who like does this, our show. I use a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda for long-term storage, so that'll go right there. And then I have an do they have M2 storage yet? Oh, they do. Okay, let's see if they have my storage device. I was looking for a Patriot Scorch today. So, no, they don't. So, what was I talking about? So I just told Kim, I was like, I'm going to fix this computer. And originally I was going to just fix the computer that was sent, but because it was using a motherboard that sucked. If this is boring, by the way, I understand. You can just go watch me play Super Mario Maker. I think I'm actually playing that right now. What am I doing? I don't have this part. And so I ordered parts on Amazon. They came on Thursday, or Wednesday. And Thursday was the 4th of July. I picked up the computer. And then after I picked it up, I came home and I just started building it. I just started taking everything that was on that computer that Kim's brother sent out, and I started putting new, better parts in, and just started putting it together. This is like the closest, I think. This one or this one, but it's not an MSI card. This one's pretty close. So I have to pick the card again. Dang it. I might as well put back the this little bracket thing. Doesn't need to be out. So I got home and I put it together and got a motherboard and which is if you look at a computer, I don't know how tech savvy you guys are. I assume at some level you know how computers are, how the sausage is made, but it's I got a new motherboard, new CPU, which is the big chip that does all the work in a computer. And I got some memory sticks, which were these things that I put in. And I just spent the day just putting all that stuff together. Or the night rather. And when I was finished with it, I couldn't sleep, which is why I sound so weird and floaty all over the place, and this isn't really like a good example of the comedy portion of our show, because truthfully, like, even I can tell I'm sort of out of it. Like every time I blink, I get that thing where like my body wants to shut down. But you know, the press of content is eternal. This is actually looking pretty good, I gotta say. I gotta put in some other stuff next. And so I was really like, not depressed, but just like antsy, like, well, she's gonna go away, and like there's nothing. One, there's nothing I can do about it, which is fine. I have no place to do anything, but at the same time, it's like it is totally inevitable. It is just what's gonna happen, and it's like putting together a computer on the one hand so she can keep making content. And it's funny too, because like of the stuff related to our endeavors, that's like the one thing that she's never had any interest in learning how to do. What is missing from this that I can't install these fans? Like, seriously, like, this is so big? It's not how fans work. You just put it in. What do you... Piping. Oh, for a water block. And I thought, oh, I'll put this computer together, and that way she'll be able to keep doing the show. But that's like, it's like part of it. It's only part of it. Because like, this show's important, and I love doing it. Ooh, look at that. But it's only like like I love doing the show, and it's like I love that. If you're watching this, thank you, by the way, because there's a lot of times I do this show to nobody. It's only, how can I put this? That people can watch this is almost like, it's like a bonus, you know? It's not really, oh, that's right. This case has this funky little front part. Yeah, that's weird. How am I gonna do that then? Case fan. Let me just remove this and the dust filter and see if that can let me install the fans, because otherwise, yeah, now I can. What the heck? Okay. That's fine, I guess. It's just annoying. I think I do think I use Corsairs. but that people can watch this show. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I realized it like very soon, like a couple of months after I started. You can't do anything expressive for a long time for a really bad reason. And yeah, I won't lie, like in the back of my head I had hoped that doing YouTube videos would bring me fame and glory. I mean, you know, it was a couple years ago now, but it's not that long ago. And I still get those thoughts from time to time. But it's different now. It's kind of like, you know, I don't care as much. I mean, I'd love to do this more and be able to just express myself more with people, but who knows? This might be the peak. This might be as good as I can be, or as good as I can get. See, this is something weird. Like you daisy chain fans together. So right now, this fan is connected to this fan, and then this fan is actually connected to the motherboard. But what's weird is, so this thing, this NXT thing, that's supposed to be like where you put in like what's it called? It's like a fan controller. It's like a little device that all the fans plug in. I guess it doesn't matter because they just tend to include it. Yeah. So, but so like, it didn't take long, by the way, for those that thought of like, when am I gonna make it, to kind of like become a lot less influential or a lot less powerful, because you know you do this for a while and you see like it's a ton of work, and also not only is it a ton of work, but most people probably won't see it. I mean, there's always the chance, not to never say never, but there is the chance that like no one will ever see this work that I'm doing. Wow, that is loud. Cool. So this is let's turn on 3D Mark. How about that? So in the event that no one ever watches this, it's still going to exist, which is great. I mean, that's fun. But what? Clock watchdog timeout. I forgot to do something. What did I forget? Alright. I know what I forgot. This is what I forgot. You gotta put on thermal paste. Don't put on thermal paste, it won't work. I want to pick a more modest cooler also. This way. And turn this back on. So like maybe no one will ever see this, and I have to be okay with that. Did it crash? Oh, this is so dumb that I'm worried that this fake version of this program will crash, but it seems good now. So this is more or less the computer that I have, that I'm recording this on and that I use for all of our stuff. So we'll see. $1,600. That's actually higher than it should be, but it's my computer's not that expensive. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is just like all over the place right now. Let's make the computer that Kim has, that I built. This is the wrong case, but how do I get rid of this thing? This is the wrong. It's telling me right click. Okay. Right click. Okay. It's the wrong kind of case, but it's close enough. So, like, I have a thought and I just kind of lose it immediately because I'm so goddamn tired. But if I don't, if I'm never gonna make it, or if making it is like whatever that means, I don't know. If that's sort of not guaranteed or even like worth considering, then why do it? Which is a shitty question to ask, but it's also kind of valid. It's like, why bother? And you know, the answer was pretty simple. It's like, well, I like it. It's fun. But it's like more than that. This actually looks a lot like it, except it has extra slots. The one I have is just like, it would stop after that. But, it's a PC building simulator. It doesn't have everything. So like, I've always had trouble like making friends. I mean, I don't know if that comes through as obvious, but to me it's like, the most obvious thing in the world. Like, I have trouble having friends. I have trouble meeting people. I have trouble talking to people, which is funny because like the other week I was put in a situation where I was surrounded by all these Twitch, people that are from my town, and you want to talk about the grossest side of JoJo, me being the center of attention in any group I was standing in, or trying to be the center of attention in any group I was standing in. God, I would have punched me in the face. But I don't have the best social skills, in my mind. I'm just not ever really comfortable. And this show, it kind of makes it feel like I'm not, if that makes sense. And I mean, like, Kim and Jeff and Danielle, those guys are bros. Like, they're, I've known Kim for maybe like 6 years now, and she was one of my first like really good friends, and doing stand up, and then just one of my one of the best friends I've had in like probably my whole life. Probably she's like currently the oldest friend I've had. And like, she's moving away. She's going away to get on to the next chapter of her life. And Again, this is the wrong kind of cooler. I'm just gonna show you the cooler that's closest, because like I'm putting on coolers that are like sort of too good. The one that like this one, how big is this? Yeah, this is pretty much what it is. So yeah, this is the cooler. Ah, oh, dang it. I screwed up. God, what the hell was I talking about? So, and when I started doing the show, like, it made sense. Like, well, Kim's my best comedy friend, and I know her, therefore it's reasonable to include her. And we had good chemistry, but we also didn't quite know what that phrase. I mean, I thought we did. I thought we had good chemistry, but I didn't know what that phrase meant when it came to like doing a performance. And neither did she, and we figured that stuff out real quick. I mean, you listen to those early episodes, you hear like two people who like the whole pretense is that we're friends, but if you listen to us, it's like we don't even know how to talk to each other. It's gotten way better, but man, was that really surprising. Like there's episodes I have sitting around still that haven't been released that are just like, whoa, how in God's name did we think we could do this? Just go check out best of, like the first best of, it's like best of March 2017, and you'll be like, God, these people suck. But then you look at best of November of last year, and you're like, oh, they're pretty good. And you can hear the difference. You can hear the change happen. Anyway. But, like, it was a journey that I was like, together, we're going to do this together. And after a couple months, we were like, there's things that we need to be able to do that we can't. And then we bring Jeff on board. I've brought this up like a bunch of times at this point. And now, though, it's kind of like, well, yes, that the journey's still going, and seeing it through to the end is a thing that's still going to happen, but it's going to be without Kim, or with a lot less Kim. And so building this computer, I guess for the past 2 days, has been me just trying to like deal with that like, I'm just going to use this not shitty, 8.8 is fine memory, but this looks closer to what it actually is supposed to be. She's got her life that she needs to live now, and my hope is that she'll be able to find time to continue to do this, but I don't know. So much of this show is just, okay, you're here, we're here together, we're doing this together, so let's do it. Let's just keep things going. This is the one thing I don't like about this computer, is it has 2 SSDs. And actually, this is the hard drive that's in Kim's computer, the Patriot Burst 480 gigabyte. I know this because I went and picked one up today. It has 2 mismatched hard drives. This is the wrong brand. It's supposed to be Crucial. And this one is the actual brand that is in Kim's computer right now, although it's in the wrong spot. I have no clue where my brain's supposed to be right now. But, putting together computers is like muscle memory for me, so. I mean, as much as you can call this putting together a computer, it's just clicking stuff. I did do this actual thing today, but it's not. It's different. Jesus, it's like I'm gonna pass out on my desk, but it's like putting together this computer is sort of like my way of making sure, like, hey, you're not, it's not that far away, and you'll come visit, and it's not that hard to keep doing the show at a distance. I mean, there's radio programs do. That was my other thing. Was like, the people on the radio, they don't have to be in the same state. They just do whatever. It's not even a big deal. But it is, It's proximity, and this is someone. Granted, I've had to be in a long-term relationship multiple times, or just have a, like, that's kind of maybe the wrong expression, but because Kim and I are just bros, but distance is, it's hard to manage, especially with a friendship or knowing someone, and to me, like, if I don't see someone for a couple of weeks, when I see them again, it's like no time has passed. Like, it doesn't even dawn on me that things could have happened to them, even though their lives might be totally different. It doesn't faze me. That's not right. I think they're clipping through. So this show is kind of like, even though we've all changed a lot since it started, it doesn't even feel that way. And when Kim leaves, it's probably still going to feel that way. And when Kim leaves, it's probably going to be more like, oh, okay, she's gone. But, she's still Kim deep down. But that's not true. I mean, people grow and change and become different, and you listening, there's probably been points in your life when you were like, wow, I'm not who I thought I was, or I'm definitely different than I thought I was. And there's something to be said to that. It's like, you grow and you change and you become different, and that's what's going to happen with Kim, because she's going on to this next phase of her life. And I built for her a computer with the help of her brother, in hopes that things could be good still. Things can be like they were, but they can't. Of course they can't. Time has marched on, and things have changed. I'm sorry, this is going to be loud when I hit yes. Just give it a sec. It's got to reboot. Come on, just hurry up, computer. Okay, thank you. Jeez. Let's run this. Run. And I'm just so nervous that I forgot something, like the CPU paste. No, it would have broken by now, I think. That should be good. Her computer does have glowing lights, but they're not this terrible and obnoxious. Let's see how my computer is. 4006 4365. It's not bad, actually. I think that's pretty decent, but I don't know. That other computer. Oh, I can switch out different monitors? Oh, there's only like 3 of them. I can put on different keyboards. Oh, you guys want to see the keyboard I'm using? Yeah, that's the keyboard I have. That's my keyboard right now. It doesn't have the rest, but that is the keyboard. And oh no, it's got these little knobbies on the side. Mine doesn't have that. And the lights are in the wrong spot. What is this? That's not a... Isn't the Black Widow Ultimate? Oh, Elite. I have the Black Widow Ultimate, so this is the wrong one. Well, let's just keep it there for now. And the mouse is a... do they have the model? Razer... Naga... No. This one. This is the mouse I'm using, but it's full RGB. And I'm using a Steel Series mouse pad, but all I have is this one, so that's close enough. Yeah, that's more or less what I'm using. Cool. And then how's this one doing? Oh, 3396. You know what's funny is I had also kind of planned to play this because I wanted to know how strong Kim's computer was compared to mine, and it holds its own. Because this computer I actually use for everything. This one is just for Kim, but to play with, and it'll have Audacity and all the tools she needs to make recordings and do videos and do Skype and be a part of the show. But you know, it's that'll be a night. It's kind of like that'll be nice if that ends up happening. But you know, might not. You know, a lot of the show is just like it's a bunch of friends. That's what it is. That's what I want it to be. Is just like it's a bunch of friends hanging out. Which is something that I just, if it wasn't for the context of the show, it's just something I'm not capable of doing. Like I have so much trouble just like having friends. And JoJo Has Fun is a way to like, I don't know, force it to happen. Or not force it, that's the wrong term. Trick it into happening. But it's so dependent on, you know, sitting next to somebody and being in the same room and saying dumb stuff and not feeling any judgment and knowing that, you know, you're around because you want people around you who don't judge. Or if they do judge you, they don't hate you for judging you or for having to judge you. I'm not sure what I'm getting at here. I think the pretense is just like, I miss my friend and I will put together as many words as possible to get to it. I'm going to have a hell of a time listening back to this episode later after I've slept. Because good golly. I think this is as good a place as any to stop this. I hope you enjoyed it. This was weird. Thank you for joining for this very weird meditative Sandbox Saturday. We'll have something different next time where it's not just me. And hopefully it's like comedy and not a very sleepy guy just letting his brain spill out everywhere. Leave a comment if you thought this was even remotely interesting. I appreciate it a lot. And I love you so much. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Even if it's not on Sandbox Saturday, just thank you. Because, you know, it means a lot. to me. The show does, and that I could share it is the best. Bye.